What's up, everyone? We are now back here in AcadArena University Alliance Cup. We are your shoutcasters. I am Ray Ray, and I am with Nausicaa. Nausicaa, I know after a series of those rounds between ABT Miracles and Malayan Warlocks, finally, after that overtime and the great setups coming from MCL, we've seen them managing to get that first round against ABT Miracles. But your feedbacks or what can you say about what happened earlier?
I mean, it was a very intense game. Really, like you said, it was a really intense game, reaching 14-12 by the end of that score. Initially, we saw MCL, really dominate the first half of that game, and I think we've been saying it over and over again. It was
Yeah.
a story of Yanagi, and him just dashing and getting those initial kills and really creating space for his team on that attacking side. But once we switched sides, that's where we saw APT Miracles able to make a comeback and really extend things all the way into overtime. And so when you're looking at these two teams and maybe looking at the perspective of MCL as the winner, the one thing that you always have to notice that they can't be complacent. Even if they had won that previous game, it was by no means, a stomp because they did bring it to overtime. So they really have to keep themselves on their toes for this next game, which is going to be on Bind, I believe. And that pick was going to come through for FEU. So FEU did pick this map. But of course, we've seen, even with the games yesterday, if it's not your pick, it doesn't necessarily mean you won't win that map.
Yeah.
And looking at the pick'ems as well, there is a sudden jump. Earlier, it was 50-50. Now we're seeing 67% on the votes there coming through. So the fans of MCL coming through today to help them secure this one. And this is going to be a huge game, right? Because whoever wins this secures their slot for Division A. At least I'm speaking in MCL's perspective if they can win this. But if APT win though, they can extend it to a game 3. So this is going to be a very big game.
Yeah, and we've seen that. But right now, for those who are wondering how can we vote, just use that exclamation vote here now in our live stream, and you can manage to get your votes in if who will win this match or this best of 3 series for today. Is it gonna be Malayan Warlocks or is this gonna be APT Miracles getting that second match for today's series? But then we've seen already their picks, and as you can see, I think MCL might try or might go with the new lineup that they have. They might be picking Sky for Sukuna's side, which is quite new in my eyes. I've seen Sukuna play controllers. That's what he usually does. But right now that he will be using Sky as an agent, it's quite unusual for me since I'm usually seeing out Homia using Sky if I'm not mistaken. But this is a great test of what they will be doing with that agent lineup. While on the ABT Miracle side, what can you say, Nausicaa?
Yeah, this is interesting because we're seeing a bit of a switch up here
Select your
from
agent.
APT side. Lucid was on Cypher earlier, but he's now switching to Raze. And we'll notice they got rid of Jet Reyna. They're going for double duelist, but it's a different look this time. It's going to be Phoenix and Raze this time for the double duelist. So they'll be switching up their team composition to try and even things out into a 1-1 score as we go into this game too. And of course, as we load onto the map, quick shout outs to our amazing partners at Logitech G. If you're looking to supercharge your gaming setup so you can keep playing, check out Logitech's amazing gaming gear at logitech.acadarena.com or type !Logitech G in the chat.
All right, and what will this both teams do? Malayan Warlocks definitely has its momentum, but what will ABT Miracles do in this bind map? This was definitely picked by them, so they have that a bigger advantage since they pick it. They want to test it out here in bind, but the fact that Malayan Warlocks are also doing really well at this map will really tell us a big story of a 2-0 against also the growing giants of FEU Alabang. But now Lucid is on the raise. It's on the duelist side, which is really amazing. You know, the flexibility of this people, of these teams and picking their agents. This is really great and awesome. Something that we
Yeah.
can look forward for the next um, uh, matches that we have.
Yeah, I mean, Lucid did end, I think, at top frag in our previous game. So maybe the team was thinking, okay, Lucid, you're kind of popping off. Maybe we should put you on the duelist instead for this next game. And that's certainly what they did here in putting him on the race. I guess Yanagi
There.
has actually also something to point out. He switched off of the jet and has now gone for Raze as well. So it's going to be a single duelist lineup here for MCL, and they opted to go for the Sky instead of the Breach, which is very interesting. So let's see if they're gonna pull out some interesting strats with that character here. But Yanagi gonna get a couple of kills.
He's gonna get tagged already, and because of that, Lucid takes out 2. But now they manage to take control
Player
over
standing.
A side.
30
One
seconds
by
left.
one, MCL goes down to the hands of the
Spike
aggressive APT Miracles, as we only have Homia for MCL. But then all of them are watching him. Plus the smoke is gonna be hard for him to entry. And speaking of, he has already been finished out by Lucid, and FEU-A Bank secures that very first round against MCL.
All right, APT Miracle is looking to create their own massive lead in this first half. They're gonna look for kind of a switcheroo compared to the first game. Earlier on, we saw them lose at a 4-round deficit when they were on defense. But now that they're on attack, I'm sure they're looking to create a lead of their own. Maybe one more interesting thing to note is, for those who are just tuning in, Komea was on Breach in the previous game, but now he's going to be going over to the Killjoy. So I'm wondering if this is a lineup that they've practiced before on Bind. I guess we'll have to see. Sukuna, though, getting spotted out here, going to have to throw out the flash. Flash is a couple. He's going to back off.
Then this double initiator lineup that the MCL has, maybe they will be investing on throughout the second half that we have. And that can also be a big advantage, actually, as you can see. But then the fact that they already got into the site for APT's part, it's already a big advantage. Now Blade will be planting the spike, and we have Humia seen here in elbow, and we only have Ket S, but they're just on an eco round. As you can see it, they're just holding
Last
on to
player
their
standing.
classics. And now he's spotted out by Lucid, and a flawless round has been executed by APT Miracles. It's what we've said, it's what we said last week. It's just a APT Miracle securing the bigger advantage already onto the first half of the game.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna try and cement as big a lead as possible in this first half to try and make things a 1-1 in this best of 3 and bring it to a game 3. We did go to overtime earlier, so I'm sure this is probably going to be another close game. It's just very interesting that MCL just really drastically changed their lineup. Even though they were so successful already on the Jet and the Breach, they decided to switch it up with a Raze. And of course, that Sky. We saw the tag there, so just trying to get some information. Lucid, gonna throw the pain shells here, trying to get someone in. Jumping in here onto U-Haul, but I don't think he's gonna spot anyone out.
Then the dual control, he spots on 1, but then that's a great start already for MCL, but a good trade coming from Ice takes out Brian. Now a 4v4 and just some trades happening. We are already seeing the last 2 members left for APT Spark. Now we've seen Sukuna taking out 1 still, and 2 left. That's gonna be Ice. But now they will be defusing. They will be expecting him coming from showers, and a retake has been executed perfectly for MCL Spark. And the spike has been defused, and a worth it to buy for MCL Spark is gonna pave in, and a 2-1 score has already been secured.
All right, now this is going to be the important round here, as most of the members are going to be able to full buy. Seems like it's only Kent's, I think, from the other team who won't be able to afford a rifle here. Actually, we're going to see a Guardian come through for Brain. It's not something we see often, but I hear some players are pretty comfortable on that gun. Kent's going to pick up a Bulldog for himself here on defense. But across the board, FEU, it's APT Miracles running full rifles here. A couple of Vandals and Phantoms, and they're approaching B-side. Yanagi trying to push aggressively, but he's taken out.
I think Yanagi's aggressiveness might kind of work right now for MCL's part, but at least Sukuna was able to trade out his teammate, but with a series of flashes that won't connect, as Ice will be taking him out here in a B-Long. Now Lucid will be aggressive, but now that garden spray coming from Brian takes him out. And we are already seeing here that Brian is quite comfortable with that garden gun. But the paranoia won't connect to Brian's eyes because Shinabi will be risking that shot against him. Now a 2v3 situation. Now we have Homia here tries to contest at elbow. Tsunami planting the spike, waiting already for that retake coming from MCL. But now they know that Homia is just at mid, but he managed to take out Mitsu. And just a sprint of an eye. And now a 2v2 situation. The time is still on the hands of FEU-A, but then we can see that the MCL tries to take them out, but oh no, Candace has been perfectly wallbanged by Tsunami, and they will just be crossfiring Homia, which is gonna be coming here at elbow. Now he doesn't know what will he put on a priority first because he might be backstabbed. And now at 7 HP, great crossfire advantage coming from FEU-A, and now it's a 3-1.
Yeah, that was a great effort there from Homea, but just a little too late. Maybe if they had pulled that off and if he had pushed in just a bit earlier and had Kent's push in with him, they could have saved that round. But that is going to be going to APT Miracles. And now MCL are going to be forced to go for a broken buy here. Couple of half shields. Inagi actually going to force the Vandal here, while the rest of the team are going to go for maybe Sheriff's in a frenzy. Now we see Lucid is ready with the showstoppers that they could rush this and just take this round to even things out.
Then I think the thing that MCL can do this here is just manage to hold on to the angles that they have. They don't need to be that much aggressive. You can just wait for them to come in.
Definitely. Now we're seeing though the alt orb was taken, so they know that someone's in B long. But again, they are saving. We see Homea actually only on a classic here. Already used up. Or rather, no utility bot. There's the showstopper coming through, but he doesn't see Kent behind him. He is going to get taken out, actually, by Homea on the classic. And Kent is going to get another one with the frenzy as well.
But no, that reload won't connect. But still, we have your mates who being so aggressive, tries to take onto the sides. And we only have one man remaining for MCL's part. That's gonna be Sukura. And a 4-1 score for FEU-A is already onto their hands. And we've seen, I think I'm already seeing a deja vu of what happened during Ascent. We've seen this score, but Malayan College is leading against APT Miracles. But instead, right now here in Vide, APT Miracles, it's a really worth it map for them since they chose this one. It's gonna be a 4-1 score, and we can see how unstoppable they are when it comes to the aggressiveness that they have.
Yeah, now they have 4 ults too. So that's gonna be a lot for APT Miracles to work with in this round. We also saw on the buys there that there's 2 half shields here on MCL, so that's gonna hurt a bit once we do go for those trades. Yanagi also went for a judge on defense, so he's holding a bit of a cheesy angle here on B. Homea getting spotted out. That's 2 members, but Hunter's Fury coming through.
But that Hunter's Fury won't be able to take anyone, but will be giving an upper hand. As you can see, all of the members of APT Miracles kind of become quite hesitant into the commitment that they have. But looking here at Yanagi, waiting for them to come in, they don't know that he's just waiting for them. And this order, speaking of, he picked out 1, he goes for a 2, and will he get for the 3K? Nope, that will be stopped here by Lucid. And he actually takes out Sukuna also, now a 3v1. But then we only have satchels left for Lucid to use against them. But he might be standing in the open, but that won't be possible as he will be taken out by Hobia with that good prolonged discipline for 2. But looking at that replay, man,
here from Yanagi just sitting in this corner, and no one was clearing this corner, so they just get shocked here, and he could have gotten a 4K probably if Lucid had rushed in there with the rest of his team too. So really, I think that round was just MCL dismantling the attack of FEU early on at that round. We saw someone fall in B long, I think. And then when they did go for the rotation, they weren't able to clear out that corner. So that's going to be another round going to MCL. At least they're able to stop a bit of the momentum that APT was building here. Otherwise, like you said, we might have had a deja vu in this half.
MCL, they need to put a stop on that momentum that ABT Miracles has, because we've seen that in Ascent, right? They managed to get
Oh,
that tie score and also an overtime against MCL. But right now, they need to be extra careful as where they will be expecting Yanagi, because he's really a key player. You don't know where he will be picking. Now,
mm.
speaking of, they know that there's someone at Lamps, so they might be committing here, going into A side. Now, Blade still will be. I'm gonna be going against you. I'm just gonna be rushing to you, and you won't be able to take me out. But now, speaking of, they will just be controlling here at the EU Hall. They need to be lucky enough not to be taken over. But speaking of,
Ooh.
Yanagi takes Lucid down, gets a good trade coming from Meitsu, but Prayan still manages to take over at around U-Hole so that they won't be able to
I
entry.
know
But
exactly
Ice
where
manages to take out Sukuna. 3 members remaining left for Malayan colleges, but now Tsunami takes him out, and we only have 2 left for MCL. They can save, but I think they will be risking this one instead of just saving.
Yes, definitely
Last
looking to clutch
player
this one
standing.
out. Kent's getting scouted out by the Dark. Now he's the only one left. He is gonna get taken out, and that is gonna be a round going over to APT Miracles, who made good use of their utility. You know, they used their ults there in good sync. We saw the ult come through from Phoenix, and of course the Neural Theft from Cypher as well to spot out the remaining members, which pretty much secured that round. And of course, that means MCL are going to be forced into a kind of save round or eco round here. We see a Spectre from Kent, but everyone else just going to settle for those pistols, which means this is going to be an even bigger lead possibly from FEU, unless we see more cheesy kills come through, maybe from Yanagi.
Maybe if he needs to start popping off, right? I'm still waiting for them to go into the second half. But now, the fact that FEU or ABT Miracles just securing those rounds is already a big upper hand, as they can prepare it. They can prepare for
Oh,
that onto the next half. But then Kent as praise against Lucid with that Spectre. Spectres are really quite scary, especially when used by duelists. But now Ice
ooh.
takes out Ruby out in the open. He uses his curveball, but Kent as follows through up with his teammate. Now it's a 3v3 as Tsunami is still contesting here around where Kent
area.
is using a recon voltage, some trades. Now a 2v1 situation. Sukuna, the villain of
Oh.
the villain that they have right now. Looks like it's gonna be a score for the hands of APT Miracles, is 6-2. It's putting a big toll already for MCL's part. That big advantage that FEU has will really put a pressure onto them. But then I think the fact that they don't know, the fact that they're really having a hard time as to where they will be predicting APT Miracles is already a big advantage that APT Miracles hold on to.
Yes, that's definitely true. I mean, earlier we saw in the round, I think that's probably the best that MCL could have gotten from the save round there. Able to get a couple of kills and maybe do a bit of damage to the economy, but now it's going to be the full-on attack here. All coming through from Blade, trying to find a kill, but he's unable to. He only gets a bit of chip damage there onto one of the members of MCL. But now Kent's trying to push a bit far forward, maybe get a bit of damage with those shock darts before he moves back.
No more.
Ooh.
He gets a perfect shot from Lucy. He sees that little bit of the headband over the window. But now, with the recon bot, he won't be able to take out one, but he will also be answered by the recon bot. But look at the tagged HP that Mitsu has. It's really low at 10 HP, and they need to back off since this great wall of defense here at B side, it's quite unstoppable. But if they manage to take out Kent S, that's already a big upper hand for them to come in.
30
But
seconds
instead of
left.
just waiting a tube, he will be letting them go into A site, but I don't know why they gave out Kent S into going back to his teammates in A side. But let's see, and what will they be doing? But time is ticking. They only have 12 seconds
10
left
seconds
before they
left.
will be able to plant the spike. But now they will be so delayed with those multiple utilities given to them. And looking at that, they only have one left, and they still haven't planted the spike at all. And it goes in to the patience of MCL, taking it with a 6-3.
Yes, there's definitely patience there from MCL. I think APT Miracles were hoping that the whole team rotated to A because there was just no noise at B side, but they were smarter than that. They said, there's probably just a bit of a trick here from APT Miracles. They decided to stay, and I think at that point it was just a little too late for
Come
APT
into the
Miracles
unknown.
to commit to that push. There was just no time there, and
Yeah.
now that's a bit of a chance here for MCL to catch up on the score.
They
Scanning
have
ahead.
I mean, that's the key. That's what we've been talking about. They just need to wait for that certain angle so that they can take out APT Miracles. And as what you can see, they did that onto the earlier round that we had. It's a great advantage for them with that patience. But now that we are seeing the half a buy from APT Miracles, will this be a worth it buy or worth it half buy? But now Kent S will be spotting Lucid right now here in a
Shock dart.
window. So instead of just committing into that, they will be backing, they will be proceeding onto the A side. But we have Sukuna and Homia watching, or rather, Sukuna and another, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is that Yanagi? Yep, waiting for them.
Yeah, that was really
Exactly.
awkward actually for Lucid. He was hoping to get a shotgun kill in hookah, but now
30
instead he's
seconds
gonna
left.
rush into U-Haul with only a few seconds left. Let's see if they can find something here.
Will this connect? Yep, I think it will connect with a charge revenge coming from Lucid. But they didn't expect that Yunagi will be popping off, coming in from showers, and that will delay so much for
Player
FEU
standing.
side.
One enemy
As there will
remaining.
be just one left. There's still plenty of time for him to plant in. But no, it's too
Crossfire.
late. And that's it. Oh
Oh man,
no.
somehow APT Miracles, they're just running out of time in these past two rounds to really go for the plant. We saw by the time actually, I think that Lucid activated Showstopper, there were only 20 seconds left on the clock. So I think they're gonna have to be much more decisive if they want to secure themselves a bigger lead in this first half. Right now, like you said, Ray, MCL is just playing very patiently, holding those angles. We saw Yanagi, like you mentioned, just holding showers, and he was able to get a couple of picks from there, which were huge for the team. So right now, we want to see more decisiveness come through here from APT Miracles.
Yeah, that's really something that Yanagi, or maybe they didn't expect coming from Yanagi. And the fact that Kantas has just been holding on against the window is already explosive for
Ooh.
FEU side. But once again, that flank coming from Yanagi manages to take out Yanagi, but then that won't be possible as he's already been taken out here with that one-top sheriffs. But then that will be possible as Brian takes out also Ice. Just some trades happening. But MCL, they need to capitalize on this eco round that FEU has. But looks like, oh no, they will be taken out one again from
I have the spike.
MCL, rotating onto A side, and definitely will be able to plant and secure the spike plant.
Oh man, this is actually still winnable here, although the Omen Mitsu is on like 1 HP. So he's gonna go off and hide into showers. I'm not sure how they're gonna play this one out, but Hunter's Fury, keep in mind, it's up. So they could just go for the post-plant situation. It's a question of how APT Miracles is gonna deal with it. The flash comes through, but no one's gonna peek. Hunter's Fury being
Last
used, but the
player
defuse, he's gonna try and stick it. He doesn't make it. It's half tick. It's 1v1. Sukuna, can he clutch this for the team? It's on you. He gets it right before getting shot by Blade, and that is gonna be the clutch there from Blade.
Last
Oh
round
my
in the
gosh.
half.
Sukuna thought that he could go for the clutch once again, Ray, but it looks like he won't be able to this time.
That one out, but the fact that he was able to go for the half half defused, that's already a big advantage for MCL's part. And the Hunter's Fury was too early, but they need to know that. But they know that there's actually still two men for MCL's part. He manages to get that a few 1 second earlier before he can be taken out. But still, it happened. A 5-6 score. It's really a tough round between these two teams onto the first half.
Yeah, I got so confused actually. I thought he didn't make it. It turns out he did clutch that one. So that was my bad, man. MCL is really with the clutch genes here as we approach the end of this half. And now we see them lose it. It's already here on B side. Just trying to create some space for the teammates too. Gets the plant down, and now it's the post plant once again. Can MCL win this one?
If they can, but this is already a big advantage because they need to back out that explosive ultimate coming from Killjoy. But then we've seen that ninja defuse from Yanagi. He's just still committing onto those parts. And once again, that ninja defuse really helped them in. Oh my gosh, this is really incredible. From MCL, remember, Nausicaa, for all throughout the last 2 rounds before the end of the first half, we've seen the commitment of the diffuses that MCL has against FEU Alabang. It could have been an 8-4 if it could have been an 8-4. But then you're just holding on to that spike diffuse, and as what we've been all know since before, pros don't fake. Now it's already 6-0 score. Still, not as what you can expect here at Ascent on the first half, on the first match rather. But this is just like a rally and a volleyball, a 6-0 score between these two teams.
Yeah, such an intense game, and it's crazy that that defuse situation happened twice in a row there for MCL, really just sticking the defuse there. So great job from them to really just erase actually the lead that APT Miracles were able to build for themselves earlier on in that half. So now it's a total reset, but this time MCL is going to be on the attacker side. And the last time we saw MCL on the attacker side, it was the story of Yanagi and Homea. Looks like this time it might be the story of Yanagi and Sukuna, who's on the sky here on attack. Let's see what they can do with this duo.
What they can do, but now Yanagi manages to take down 2 onto those quick picks that he has, and now Homia was able to plant the spike. He's just controlling over the holes, and the fact that he can control over them will really give an upper hand for MCL, and you can really see it. One last guy remaining, and Yanagi manages for a 4K against FEU, and now after a series of those around deficits, we've seen that from a 6-2 score, Malayan or MCL manages to secure that 7-6 against FEU Alabang. Masiko, what can you say about the performance of APT Miracles now that MCL has the upper lead?
Oh man, APT Miracles. This is probably feeling like a familiar situation, right? They are seeing Yanagi once again pop off on attack here. This time it's a different face, but the feeling is the same. He can be on Jet or Raze, and it doesn't matter. This guy is gonna be the duelist that his team needs to create some space. But as I say that, Tsunami with the cheesy angle here gets the kill with the Bucky. And now it's going to be a 4v4. There was a trade earlier on as well. Oh, Killjoy getting 2 picks here. And now things are looking good still here for the attacking side.
Last player standing.
But oh no, what are they doing? All of them just sticking around the U-hole. They overtook 3 who are just side by side holding hands at U-hole, and now 8-6 with MCL side once again. I think that was too long for if I'm not mistaken, Tsunami side to just commit to the camera. It was too long, so they managed to watch over all of the angles towards A side, and they saw that all of them are sticking together at U-Hall, planning. Maybe they were planning to go out at lamps But still, it was too late for them to execute that. It's 6 now is the score. And what will APT Miracles do now that we are seeing MCL on a bomb? And speaking of Yanagi with that buckshot, takes out Lucid.
Oh my gosh, what an insane aggression coming here from Yanagi, and now it's going to be a 5v4 as MCL have already been able to plant here on B site. We see a lot of members from FEU just hiding in spawn and over at elbow. Let's see what Meitu can do. He's got a Phantom. Oh, stops the ult here actually from Yanagi. That's going to be huge for the team, but Meitu was able to take out one as well. Let's see now, 5 or rather 4v3 here. Tsunami gonna peek in. Can he find a kill? That's a flash there, and he had no idea. Now it's gonna be a trade. Oh, one member left. And just like that, MCL still successfully able to secure this round. And honestly, Yanagi, it was crazy. He's always just the one starting off these engagements. We saw him with a Bucky against a rifle, but it didn't matter because he just jumped over the members there of APT Miracles.
And that's the big problem once again for APT Miracles side. They really need to watch out for Yanagi. He's not stopping at all, and you can see that he was having a hard time for the first half on the defending side, and I think he's really going in for the he's really thirsty for the kills. We're seeing that he's really quite hesitant, you know, when you're on fire, but you need to keep all of your thoughts together so that you won't be pretty much excited that you need to take out your enemies. But right now, he already gained that freedom going up against ABT Miracles. But still, we are also seeing ice popping off for the part of ABT Miracles. But just a few more, I think, step up for this team that they have. They need to secure those trades so that they can take out MCL. That's what they do. They haven't done that much yet, but let's see. They just need to commit more of what they can do because they managed to do that in Ascent. And the fact that they chose this map, they know on what they will be doing against MCL.
Yeah, it seems so far MCL's strategy has really just been put Yanagi on a shotgun and let's see what happens. You know, it's like they're hoping that Yanagi's able to get a couple of picks earlier on with these shotguns, just kind of burst onto the site, go for the plant, and then it becomes about the post plant here for APT Miracles. Now, I'm not sure if that's always what they're gonna want to do here and always go for the post plant. Maybe they need to take more control of the map here on Bind. If they can maybe secure hookah, even push out, you know, a couple of angles here, that might help because so far MCL has really just been pushing in to whichever site they want, especially when Yanagi's this much in the zone on a raise with a shotgun. Oh, you don't want this guy popping off like that. So they definitely need to just regain some semblance of map control maybe here for the team.
I mean, really, the amount of so what we've been telling everyone, the amount of trust they put onto Yanagi is really workable for them. But that's also the kryptonite that MCL has, right? And that's something that APT Miracles can destroy. Once that Lucid will be popping up, taking out Yanagi in an instant, that can also be the upper hand. But no, that won't be possible at Yanagi takes down 2 coming from FEU-A, and we only have 3 members remaining. What a quick take on throughout the B side. And speaking of 2 left for FEU, and they will just be coming from halls with those sheriffs coming in, and Yanagi finishes them out. And now the score is 10-6 with just crazy intense shots from MCL. But FEU Alabang, they really need to capitalize on that holds as what also MCL did throughout the first half.
On my way. There.
Yeah, you know, I think for the past 2 or 3 rounds, Yanagi has kind of done the same thing over and over. He sends the boom bot into hookah, jumps in with a shotgun, and yet even though he's done it a couple of times, you know, they're able to get something out of that play. FEU, they're gonna have to find a way to do these different strats. But just as I was saying that, it looks like MCL are gonna decide to mix things up. They go for a flash here onto A site, looking for a couple of picks. Although APT Miracles, they have some ults here, but Yanagi actually taken out there. Lucid gonna get a kill as well. Now it's a 3v4 and things not looking so good for MCL.
Looks so tough for their hands, but still this can be a game changer for APT Miracles as they are already onto the PvP and now made to take out Brian. Now they only have 2 left and Kent as will be so much excited as he will be able to take him down. But now a lockdown has been initiated by Homia, wants to finish this out badly, but now won't be possible as you are going to take out against the 2 left members of APT Miracles. But you need to plant the spike that he will be spotted out here by Blade. And speaking of, he has finished on by Blade, and APT Miracles finally destroys that momentum that MCL has been showing us. A 10-7 score to win this too.
Yeah, MCL, they decided to mix things up in that round. Instead of going for the usual hookah into B site push, they decided to rush A site there, but it didn't work out for them. So maybe, when we look at the standard approach, FEU has no problem with dealing with pushes like that. But when it comes to the shotgun approach that Yanagi was doing
Scanning
earlier
ahead.
on, that is what they were struggling with. But let's see, eventually a strategy is going to get read, and Yanagi won't be able to keep doing that for his team. Now he's going to jump into U-Haul with what looks like a rifle at the time, and not a shotgun. He's taken out once again.
Now Lucid, I'm really waiting for him to pop off like that. And speaking of, they are really executing properly. But now Homia takes out the one, and they're just currently stuck here at the lamps. But they need to watch over those flanks also. But now he still needs to heal his teammate in. They will be heading on towards B, which is quite predictable as they are already been already rotated so fast. And speaking of, we have Tsunami popping off, takes out 2, and FEU Alabang, will this be the chance for them also to make a good comeback? Looking at that, they finally adjusted to the aggressive gameplay that MCL has, and the key for that is to really trust also Lucid into committing. And of course, we are already seeing a Tsunami stepping up with those 2K onto the previous round. But now they still have 2 rounds to go before this can be a high score once again. Just what happened last match in a sense.
And this is what you were saying, Ray. What happens when Yanagi falls? Can MCL, keep up their performance and still secure those rounds? We'll have to see. We saw Yanagi push into U-Haul once again. They're going to surrender this. Oh, that's going to be Brian getting a kill onto Lucid, but immediately traded as Ice gets one. And now it's a 4v3 defense. Slowly was taken out. 1 member hiding here in heaven while 2 coming from spawn.
But still, that was a great start for Mitsu to take them out. But no way, as Yanagi takes a Tsunami out. But now he's really tagged 1 with that NHP. And of course, the shock dart will really put a hurt on him. But they are just waiting. Also, they have that Hunter's Fury that they can use against APT Miracles. But look at that. We have... take him out, but still we still have that Hunter's Fury by Kent S. And now a 30 HP Blade still risks this out before it's gonna be too late. But then Kent S says no, and an 11-8 score has been executed.
Oh, close. Very close call there from the team. And it looks like APT Miracle is gonna need to really step up now as we're slowly inching towards the last round. We're already at 11-8 here on the score. 2 more rounds to go before MCL is going to be able to win this round. We'll see though what the approach is. It looks like everyone's going to be able to go for those full buys. Keep in mind, if MCL win this, they secure their slot officially for Division A in Season 3.
Exactly. And as you can see for that, with the 11-8 score that we have need to be unstoppable, but that was too late. Yanagi, where are you? You're so out in the open. You're flying towards the sky. I'm seeing you. And now we still have MCL with 4 members left, but they need to plant the spike before FEU manages to get in. And now speaking of with a safe plant also coming from Cat S, they need to execute that. But now, one by one, FEU Alabang is currently falling into the hands of MCL. And now Sukuna will be getting that last K. And it's gonna be a match point. In just a blink of an eye, Asuka. MCL secures that 12th round and just one left. And it's gonna be their 2-0 against APT Miracles.
Oh my gosh, Yanagi and the gang are angry and hungry, and they really just are trying to dominate this next half and secure themselves a slot in Division A. This is a really bad situation for APT because they had to go for the half buys. We have only a couple of Spectres and some half shields here. Lucid gonna hide in his cheesy corner, hoping for a kill, but he doesn't get one. Now Homea gonna approach the site here along with the rest of the team. Flash is coming through from Sukuna as well. And they get another kill, 5v3 now.
Have that Hunter's Fury as an answer. Maybe that they can take out anyone. And speaking of, they took out one. But then going up against a 4v2, and we have Yanagi uses a showstopper. Won't be able to take out anyone. But still, that will delay so much time. And we only have mates to left as everyone is watching around him. And Sukuna finishes him out. And we are seeing Malayan Warlock securing their slots as they will be heading on to the next stage against APT Miracles and Nausicaa. All I can say is that it's the day for Malayan Warlocks to rise. We've seen them being crushed by other teams. We've seen them really have that very unfortunate events, but right now it's their day to take it out against APT Miracles with a clean 2-0. And what a game for this team. It's really something for them. I've seen this group struggle a lot, and now that they managed to take it out here, and they will be advancing to the next stage. Congratulations, MCL.
Yes, congratulations to the team. They may have lost 0-2 yesterday, but clearly they made a statement and went for the 2-0 today. And like you said, Ray Ray, they will secure their slot once again to move on to Division A. Congratulations to the team. And now, we're going to be looking at the next match, which is going to be between MGS Spades versus Romancon here from CSB. So this is going to be another exciting match. But man, still a huge effort there from APT Miracles. You can't count them out. They're definitely still a strong team to watch out for in Division B. And I won't be surprised if we see them once again when we go to the promotion tournament upcoming in Season 3.
And that's it for the first series for today. But as what Nausicaa said, we'll be expecting more for the next match to come. And wait out as he will be casting with, of course, Dax, one of my co-casters in VCT. So we're really excited for that match upcoming. And we'll just be taking a short break. You will be seeing them together, but let's see if they will be having the tiebreaker match as I will be casting with Dax for that match. But once again, we are your shoutcasters, Ray and Ahmed Nausicaa, and they will be right back.